recently I decided that I was tired of my kitchen feeling closed off and dark, and I took matters into my own hands, and for less than $300, I transformed it into an open, airy, light, and bright space that I actually enjoy being in all day, every day. Let me show you how I did it. Well, hey, I'm Katie. I'm adding up Addingtons, and as the mom of a large family of 10, often plus, I spend a lot of time in my kitchen, and I enjoy finding ways to make our large family home work better and more enjoyably for all of us. So if you're into that, I would love for you to subscribe. And if you love a good before and after, give me a thumbs up and let's jump in. So the first thing I actually did was take down an entire bank of cabinets that was over this peninsula counter. I'll link to the video where I did that down below. It made such a huge difference in the feel of the kitchen. Now, the biggest impact project that I'm doing in this makeover is painting our cabinets. You can tell me whatever you want about painting wood or resale value or whatever. The truth is, I'm the one who has to live in this kitchen day in and day out all the time. And so I just wanted it to be something that I liked. So the first thing I did was take off all the hardware and then take all of the doors down. Let me tell you, these were some heavy duty hinges on these doors. It took me quite a while. But once they were all down, I could start getting things ready for paint. So I did not tape everything. There were just a few spots where I didn't think I was gonna be able to cut in as neatly as I usually can. Then I used this Crud Cutter Gloss Off. It's a deglosser rather than trying to completely strip all of the cabinets. I will save you the hour it took me to do all of that. And now I'm just going in wet some primer. I'm starting with the back sides of the cabinet doors so that that has time to dry and I can flip them over and work on the fronts after I'm done with the frames. I am using the stain blocking cabinet primer from Behr. It is specifically made for this, and I do a total of 2 coats on everything. I'm just using a brush to get in all the little nooks and crannies, and then a smooth surface roller to do the bulk of the painting. Now, if you're wondering why I am not taking those Lazy Susan doors off, it is because there is not actually any structure inside the cabinet. The shelves are connected directly to the door. So I did not feel like completely deconstructing the Lazy Susans on the inside, and I'm just painting them in place. All right, friends, I have 2 coats of primer on the whole kitchen, which means that now it's time for the fun part. This is Behr's cabinet trim enamel. This is just plain white. This is not a particular shade, it's just straight white for the uppers. And again, I'm being good and painting the backs of the cabinet doors so that they have time to cure and I can flip them and paint the fronts while I do other things, as much as it is not the exciting part of the process. And it thunderstormed most of that week, so I had moved the doors into the playroom at this point, or at least the uppers. Now come the frames. This was the single most expensive part of the project. This paint runs about $53 per gallon. It did only take me 1 gallon of each shade, the upper shade and the lowers, which I'm super excited about. And I did get 3 coats of this enamel on every single cabinet. So the paint went a long way, but it was the single most expensive piece of the project. Alright, y'all, I got so excited I forgot to turn the camera on. But look! There's a coat of navy.
It's got navy.
And I love it.
Me too.
Love it, I love it. So between coats of paint and while enamel was curing and all of that, I went ahead and tackled this cord management project. This is where we have our family charging station for everybody's phones and Kindles and headphones and all the devices, the running watches, the Garmin watches. And it was just a mess. I didn't even take a bad enough before picture to do it justice, but we could never find the cable we needed. They were constantly getting cluttered up. There were random electronics that didn't work, and it was just a mess. So this could almost be its own video in and of itself right here, but I did order this cable management box to put our power strips in and these cord keepers that are stuck to the side of the counter. If you'd be interested in more about that project, let me know and I'll work on its own video. All right, and as paint cures and dries and I'm waiting on other projects, I went ahead and pulled the tape. This is 3 coats of cabinet enamel on everything at this point, so it's still drying, but I'm gonna go ahead and pull the tape. It's very satisfying. I found all of my missing knobs for my kitchen. The kids have pulled them off or loosened them up and lost them over time, over years. So I think I've managed to find all but one. So instead of being one knob short, I'm gonna run in Hobby Lobby here, get a couple of fun decorative knobs just to put on those false drawer fronts under the sink so that those two kind of stand out and have something fun, and then that will take care of my one missing knobs. This is not what I was looking for, but I'm kind of digging it. This little bird motif fits a lot of other Asian influences in our home. We have some family history in Asia, so it does fit in really well. And at 50% off, it cost me less than $7 for both of those knobs. Now it was time to go ahead and put the lower cabinet doors on. I had finished their enamel first and they had been curing for a couple of days, so I went ahead and got them on the frames so I would have more room to work on the rest of the projects with those out of the way. Now here is the next biggest impact project I did. These are peel and stick vinyl floor tiles from Home Depot. I used about $80 worth of these. And I did have to buy some construction adhesive because the built-in peel and stick adhesive was not quite strong enough to stay on the wall. But they are just vinyl floor tiles printed to look like Carrera marble. So they were really, really inexpensive. They were really easy to cut and install, but they completely brightened up the whole room. They're very durable and they're really easy to wipe. So I put those in as the backsplash between the counter and the cabinets and all the way around the window. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. Again, I'm not worried about resale value. This is just for me. Where I took down that bank of cabinets in the beginning, I added one little, just a short little shelf here. I actually had it at home already from a different project that we didn't end up needing it for. But this holds our fly trap and our Google speaker and adds some usable storage space where I took the cabinet down without overwhelming the space. This was a fun one. This light fixture was just, it looked like a regular builder's grade light fixture, but it was actually a fluorescent bulb. So no matter what I did, it always had sort of a yellow tint to the light. And let me tell you, this thing collected bugs like nobody's business. You can see me like pulling the dead bugs out of the wiring. So I did a quick flip of this one. Yes, I do have the breaker turned off from the outside of the house. Took the old fixture down, and then I found this fixture. Guys, I kid you not, it was $17 on Amazon. It is a flush mount, adjustable tone light, and it doesn't look like much, but it makes the ceilings feel an entire foot taller. All right, at this point, everything's been curing for a couple days. It's time to put it all back together. And here is the final reveal. Y'all, I love it so much. It feels like an entirely different room. And again, I spent less than $300. It took me probably about 2 weeks worth of work to get it all done and put back together, but it was completely worth it. It is so much brighter and lighter. I didn't structurally have to change anything. And I just enjoy being in this room. I cook 3 meals a day. My laundry is in the kitchen. I spend a lot of time in here. And so this was just, I wanted it to be something that I could enjoy. And y'all, I love it so much. So that is my extreme budget kitchen makeover. Let me know what your favorite part was in the comments down below, and let me know what your next DIY project is. Thanks for being here, and remember, you are worth your own hard work. We'll see you again soon.